There you go, we got it. So now only the snare is triggering the further away microphone to open. Some time ago, Eventide released the now beloved and ubiquitous Split EQ, but they are on a roll and just released Anthology 12. Arguably the most packed plugin bundle out there, 33 plugins included, but most important, all the classic Eventide sounds and effects in it. Let's unpack it. Hello everyone, welcome back to MixPlus TV. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, please check the info box down below for my mixing courses on Pro Mix Academy, free plugin special discounts, offers, and links to Eventide plugins. And if you want to support the channel, but most important, if you really want to learn how to mix and master professionally, click the join button down here, become a MixPlus TV member, access the already big and always growing library of full mixing courses on so many different genres, mastering courses, special videos, and a lot more. Let's unpack the bundle. Anthology 12 is out, and there are not only all the classic Eventide plugins, but there are a couple of absolute gems that I will show you in this video. At a first glance, we have included, of course, Split EQ, the revolutionary equalizer that by now everybody knows we have a review on the channel. The classic H3000 effects used on countless top records, Fusion Auto Splitter and the special Octavox and Quadravox pitch shifting. Ultra Channel, an insanely powerful and good sounding channel strip. We'll take a look at a couple of things on that. And then included there is the H9 series. I absolutely love this series because they have among the most luscious reverb and choruses and pitch shifting effect like black hole shimmer verb and special effect like rotary undulator that are so smooth. And in this video I'll pick a handful of my favorite from the bundle and show you some example in Pro Tools. There is the Clockwork bundle, again a super classic, the H Harmonizer series with the 910 and 949. They have been used on so many records. They have that classic sound, that familiar sound that we are used to. Omnipressor, an amazing compressor, and SP2016 reverb, one of my absolute favorite reverbs. We are gonna listen to that. All the reverbs, so not only the SP and the 2016 stereo room, which are classic again, but special processor like the absolutely unique T-Verb developed in collaboration with legendary engineer Tony Visconti. But let's get in Pro Tools and try some of these. And here you can see all the plugins included in the bundle. I will quickly open all of them, but I will just spend time on my favorites. We start with the classic Black Hole Reverb. This plugin has got to be one of the best sounding reverb tails out there. Let's quickly scroll through a few presets. And of course the freeze button that you can create automation and just freeze a moment of the reverb. Let's open another one. Crash Stations, great for drum, loops, and bass line like this one. You hear from this simple, so to speak, distortion, it can do crazy things, the quality of Eventide plugins. You hear it still remains smooth, and it has some sort of polished sound. I want to say expensive, and this is something all the H9 plugins have in common. Crystal's pitch shifting delay. Sounds great. They have such depth, these effects. Let's open another one. The classic H3000 band delay. And you can see on this one, each repetition, you can change the EQ and the bandwidth for it. It's an absolutely classic effect. Next one, still in the H3000, the Factory. You see when I say depth in a mix is created with tone and EQ and delays and reverbs. This is a great example. This preset's called Guitar Offstage Left. Listen to this. And then the right. You hear how lush the delays are? And again, one of those filter sounds. And you see you have all the classic presets, the H3000 Legacy, and then divided for vocal, guitar, bass, and they are absolutely great. And they include some artist presets like Alessandro Cortini from Nine Inch Nails and many others. This is definitely one of my favorites. H910, with these we enter in those legendary doubling effect that so many records had on. And you can see the plugin does exactly what the hardware was doing, which was glitching and changing slightly randomly. Your pitch ratio, you can see it changes from 101 to 10, and same for the other channel, we randomly change the pitch, and that was one of the things that made these plugins so great. It's incredible how good they sound, but I'm actually using the vocal effects on this, so let me grab a vocal, because the Eventide harmonizing effects are used on vocals all the time. They have been for years, and they're still there.
All I ever wanted was to stand my ground. Big words to confuse and spin your mind around.
How many times you heard this kind of effect? And of course, all the classic emulation of the plugins have extra features like the mix knob, which was not always present on the original units. And you can actually lock it while you change presets.
All I ever wanted was to stand my ground. Big words to confuse and spin your mind around. But every little step just takes me further down. I found my soul just waiting in the lost and found. Babe, it's nothing you did, so stop talking stupid.
And if you think about it, it's kind of the bread and butter of mixing. Delays, pitch shifting, reverb, and the combinations of these effects are endless. And I think Eventide was the first company that harnessed the power of these effects and put them in boxes that became classics. Let's keep going. On the Harmonizer 910, for example, you have the keyboard so you can play your notes.
All I ever wanted was to stand my ground. Big words to confuse and spin your mind around.
So another variation of the classic harmonizer, and you can do crazy tricks with that. Then we have the dual harmonizer, same family, the 949.
It's my time, I am enough, I'm worthy of love. And now everything's fine, 'cause all I need from you.
Listen to this one. It's called Backup Singers.
It's my time, I am enough, I'm worthy of love. And now everything's fine, 'cause all I need from you.
it sounds great. And while the classic emulated unit might have a longer learning curve, especially for people that never had experience with Analog Studios or with the real machines, the presets that you find is not just any other company's presets. The Eventide presets are proven to work because many people back then, they were not really tweaking the unit that much, but they had just had their patches and they run things into those patches, which are these pre-delays. So many of the effects that you hear on the successful, super successful records are actually the Eventide presets. That's why this bundle is so exciting. Another two classics, the Instant Flanger and Instant Phaser. I love the age knob at the bottom of this. It's so crazy to get excited for an effect that is so simple, so to speak, as a phaser or a flanger, but these sound so good. These are great to stereoize mono tracks as well. Before opening any other from the bundle, I want to spend a word about the T-Verb, which is an absolute gem in this bundle. And it's the special reverb developed in collaboration with Tony Visconti, famous among other things, of course, for the David Bowie vocal recording technique. And this is such a unique plugin because it's almost like an impulse response, but instead of being a static picture, you can modify things. For example, you can see here you have 3 microphones and you can grab these microphones here and put them anywhere in the room. Let me show you how it sounds on drums, for example. Totally cool. And you can see you also have a compressor on the mic 1 here and the gates. So if you want to recreate that famous trick, you can actually do it. For example, if you want to try to trigger the last mic only with the snare hit, which should be the loudest, let's solo this mic and try. There you go, we got it. So now only the snare is triggering the further away microphone to open. And you can do this with any other, of course, element. It sounds great, it sounds amazing. You also have a room EQ here, a master fader, and this is really a unique plugin. Let's see what else. Speaking of reverb, I mentioned one of my favorite, the SP2016. Listen to this. Let me put the mix fader all the way up so you can hear the front and back positioning with this reverb. Still from the H9 series shimmer verb, I use this one a lot. Very underrated, great compressor. The Omnipressor is also included in the bundle. Can be so explosive, it's great on vocals as well. Another worth mentioning is the 3-star chorus. And the combinations of these effects can be, of course, crazy and crazy good. Like, for example, let me throw this in, this chorus with the reverb that I really like. And let's add a delay from Eventide. Really cool. Anyway, this was an overview of Eventide Anthology 12, released with all the classics plus. Like I said at the beginning, this is great value for the high quality effects that Eventide put in this bundle. They are 33 and links are gonna be in the info box down below. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like, join Mixbus TV, become a member. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.
Hands on my